The story of the three men in the cave, a powerful lesson in sincerity. Narrated in Sahih al-Bukhari 22:15. One day 3 men were walking together when suddenly it started to rain heavily. They saw a cave in a mountain and went inside for shelter. While they were inside, a huge rock rolled down from the mountain and blocked the entrance. They were trapped with no way out. The men knew that only Allah could save them, so they said to each other, "Let's pray to Allah by mentioning the best deed we have done sincerely for His sake." The first man stepped forward and said, "O Allah, my parents were very old. Every night I would milk my animals and bring the milk to them first before my children and wife. One night I was late, and by the time I returned, my parents were already asleep. I didn't want to wake them up, but I also didn't want to give the milk to my children before them. So I stood there all night, holding the milk, waiting for them to wake up. My children were crying from hunger at my feet, but I stayed firm, waiting for my parents to drink first. O Allah, if I did this sincerely for your sake, please move this rock so we can see the sky." Allah accepted his sincere act of kindness, and the rock moved slightly, but they were still trapped. The second man then stepped forward and said, "O Allah, I deeply loved my cousin, more than anything in this world. One day she was in great need of money and asked for 100 gold coins. I worked hard and saved every coin to give her the money. When I finally had it, I thought I could fulfill my desire with her. But at that moment she told me, 'Fear Allah, do not do this except through marriage.' Hearing those words, I got up and left her, even though I could have done what I wanted. O Allah, if I did this for your sake, please remove more of this rock." Because of his sincerity in obeying Allah, the rock moved again. Now 2/3 of the cave was open, but they were still trapped. The third man then stepped forward and said, "O Allah, I once hired a worker and agreed to pay him a small amount of food. After completing his work, he left without taking his payment. Instead of keeping it, I used it to invest in cattle and a shepherd. Years later, the man returned and asked for his wages. I told him, 'Go to those cows and the shepherd and take everything. It belongs to you.' He thought I was joking, but I assured him that I was serious. He took it all and left. O Allah, if I did this sincerely for your sake, then please remove the rest of this rock." Because of his honesty, the rock moved completely, and the 3 men were able to leave the cave safely. Which lesson from this story touched you the most? Comment below. Share this with others and spread the reminder.